On Facebook. What's good, everybody on Instagram? Turn your volume up. This ain't gonna be a long live today. I told y'all that I was maybe not gonna do it, but I did the live anyway today. But we're gonna keep this one short. Just wanna give y'all something real quick. So as you're checking in, of course y'all know what to do. You can tell me your name and location in the comment section down there, and then we're gonna get into this real quick. We ain't gonna take a whole lot of time today. As I said, we're gonna make this one relatively quick, relatively easy. It's going to be an easy point for y'all to absorb and utilize, and you can put this to work immediately. You put it to work, first of all, apply it to yourself before you apply it to anybody else. And I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to get into this, then we're getting started. Steven checking in from New Jersey. What's going on? So as y'all coming in, Berlin, what's up? As y'all coming in, tell me your name and location in the comment section. Facebook, if you're lurking, hit that share button. Share this on your timeline. You can tell me your name and location in the comment section as well if you're checking in on Facebook. And we're gonna start now. I'm gonna introduce myself right now. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. Y'all don't know me. Former 9-year professional athlete, author of 26 books. I'm the presenter of 4 TED Talks. I am a keynote speaker, coach, consultant, trainer, program creator, Uber content producer who's produced up to 15,000 pieces of content over the last 15 years. Curtis from Indiana, what's going on? Over 7,000 YouTube videos, 7,000 articles, 1,500 podcast episodes. So you do the math on that. That's over 15,000 pieces of content. And that's not counting thousands of live streams that I've done. And if you don't want to count, we ain't got to count posts on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and all that. We ain't got to count that. We'll just count the content that stays up. And you can search it and find it through your search engine of choice. Now, I created all this under this whole philosophy, this umbrella, this philosophy called Work on Your Game, which is all about taking a pro athlete mindset, which you need to be in the top 1% in sports, and how you apply that same mindset to be in the top 1% in your business and in your life. I wrote about all of that in this book right here, and I got a couple other books I usually tell you about. They're right there. I'm not even pulling those books out today because I want to keep this message real short and to get something quick to the point. Today's topic, we're going to talk about unsolicited advice. And what I talked about this, I posted this on Twitter the other day, maybe like 3-4 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't even remember what day it was. But this is what I want y'all to remember about unsolicited advice. When someone offers you unsolicited advice, they're usually telling you the thing that they personally need to be doing. And when you offer someone unsolicited advice, you are usually telling that other person the thing that you need to be doing. I mean, I'm talking when you go to someone, offer them something that they didn't ask you for, they wasn't even talking to you about whatever they're doing. Often unsolicited advice is not useful advice because you're basing your advice on what you think that person needs or where you think that person wants to go, and they haven't even expressed it to you. So you don't even know what you think is good advice for that person is probably not, because you're thinking what you think they need and it's not what they think they need. And it's really about, if you're going to service anybody and give somebody help, you got to give them what they need, not what you think they need. And the only way you know what somebody else needs is based on what they tell you that they actually need. So what is unsolicited advice? It's advice that you offer somebody who has not asked you for it. They have not expressed to you that they even need help, that they even need advice. But you start to offer it anyway because you think you just have this immense level of knowledge that they absolutely need. And it can be really hard sometimes to hold back on offering unsolicited advice to someone when you think you know what they need and you think you know the exact thing that could possibly help them out. I'm gonna tell you some ways to fix this. And one way to fix it is you can find out from a person. Actually, that's not the first way. The first way to fix it is to, when you're thinking of offering someone advice that they did not ask you for and they haven't expressed in any way that they even need help, ask yourself if the thing that you're about to tell them is something that you have executed on and done yourself. If the answer is no, then save your advice, put it back in your pocket, put it in the microwave, save it for later, and go do that thing that you were thinking about telling the other person to do, go do it, so that you have actually utilized your own advice. You'll put your own advice to work. And let me tell you why this matters. When you put your own advice to work, what happens is you become an example of the thing that you're talking about. So if you try to tell somebody how to write a book, but you've never written one, instead of telling them, because then they're not going to listen to you anyway, because it'd be falling on deaf ear. Who wants to hear how to write a book from somebody who hasn't written one? Go write one. And now anybody who wants to write a book and they find out that you've written one, now you are an example. Now they can come to you and say, hey, I heard you wrote a book. I want to ask you some questions. I want to get some advice. If you're doing it and if the book is actually good, then people are going to come around. They're going to want to know more about what it is that you have going on. So the first thing is to apply the advice that you're thinking about sharing to another person. Now, the second point, if you have applied the advice, let's say that you have already applied the advice, then, and you really, really feel like you need to offer it to this other person, you really think you could help them out, here's what you do. You ask them, hey, can I offer you a suggestion? That's the question you ask. Use those exact words that I just gave you. Can I offer you a suggestion? Or would you like some help with fill in the blank, whatever you think you're helping them with? But you're asking a question. You're asking them a yes or no question, which is going to either open the door or close the door for you offering your extreme intelligence to the situation. If the person does not answer with an emphatic yes, please tell me anything that can help. If the person does not respond with that, then save your advice, put it in the refrigerator, and save it as a leftover and eat it tomorrow. If the person responds with, maybe they might say yes because they're trying to be polite, but you can read in their body language and their energy that they don't really want to say yes. They just try not to be a jerk to you or what they would think is being a jerk. Then you need to read that. Use your people skills, use your communication skills. Read that unspoken communication and save your advice and don't offer it to them. Don't offer somebody advice who does not want it. Now, again, you can ask someone, hey, would you like some help with that? Can I offer you something on this? Can I tell you something that I think might be helpful to you? If they say yes, give it to them. If they don't say an emphatic yes, then the answer is no. There's this article this guy named Derek Sivers wrote. He said it's either yes or hell no. And yes means like yes, like an emphatic yes, all capital letters with 3 exclamation points. If someone is not answering an enthusiastic yes to what you ask or what somebody asks you or something you're thinking about doing ever in life, then the answer is no. If it's not yes, a big yes, then the answer is no. Not maybe, not all right, not I'll do it if I have to. If any of those answers means no. If it's not an emphatic yes, the answer is no. So check yourself next time you think about offering somebody some unsolicited advice. And if a person really wants advice, if a person really wants to get better and a person really wants to improve, they'll come find you. They'll come find the people who can help them, and they'll start looking for it, and they'll start talking about it, and they'll start asking you about it. What you need to keep in mind that, I talk about this philosophy called work on your game, but work on your game is not for everybody. I would love if the whole world wanted to work on their game, but the bottom line is, here's the fact, most people don't want to work on their game. Most people don't even want to have game, because game, to even play a game, requires a little bit of effort, requires a little bit of exertion. It's probably going to require some practice. You want to get better at a game, you got to practice, right? Most people don't want to practice. Now, maybe not the people that you know, maybe not the people you hang with, but most people don't want to get better. Most people don't want to improve. Most people don't want to progress. Most people are not ambitious. Most people are not trying to move forward in life. Most people are just trying to maintain the status quo and just be okay. That's what most people want to do. Now, again, they may not be the people that you know. This is how most people are. But the people who want to get better and the people who want to improve and the people who want to advance, they're out there looking for, how do I get better? How do I improve? How do I advance? And they'll come across people like you, maybe, who has the advice, who has the information that they're looking for. But if they're not looking for it, they're not going to find you. And there's a reason why they're not coming to you. And that's the exact reason why you need to keep that advice in your head. All right, whatever you're thinking about telling them, use it on yourself and then save it for the person who actually asks you for it. Because when you're good at what you do, you're the type of person who's so good at what you do that other people are actually coming to you, excuse me, and asking for advice, that means you've already proven that you're good at that thing. You have proven that you can deliver. If people aren't coming to you, that means you haven't proven that you can deliver, and there's a reason why they're not asking you for your advice. So don't offer anything to someone that they have not asked for. When they start asking for it, that's when you start giving it. That's the whole message for today. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you don't have this book right now, it's called Work on Your Game. It's about taking a pro athlete mindset and teaching you how you can dominate your game in business, sports, and life. This book is for 3 specific types of people. Number 1, person who does not have game. You want to get better, but you don't have game right now, but you want to have game. And not everybody wants to have game. So this is for the people who want to have game. Number 2 type of person this book is for. You have game, but nobody is recognizing you for your game, meaning you're just being overlooked. You don't have any exposure. You want to get seen. You want to get known. You want your voice to be heard. This book is for you. The 3rd type of person this book is for is a person who has game and you feel like you have shown your game, but for whatever reason, or maybe you think you can show your game, but for whatever reason, when it's time to show your game, you're not doing it. Your game is just not coming out. You're not displaying it. You're not putting yourself out there in your best possible light, and you're trying to figure out how to perform in such a way that's going to draw the right type of attention from the right type of people. This book will help you. So those are the 3 different types of people that this book is for. You need to have game. You need to get recognized for your game. You need to get better at displaying your game. If you're one of those 3, you want to get this book. And I'm going to give you the whole 4-part framework that I use to become a professional athlete, developing my game, getting known for my game, and displaying my game. I did this in sports. I did it again as an entrepreneur. I'm gonna teach you how to do it with a framework that you can apply to anything. So if you're a librarian, if you're a typist, if you're somebody's executive assistant, if you're a maintenance man, if you sell used cars, you can take this framework that's in this book and you can apply it to anything you do in life. Again, it's called Work on Your Game. You can get this at workonyourgamebook.com. That's workonyourgamebook.com. I didn't see any questions related to this topic. I know I jumped right in it here today. So it's nothing for me to answer. I will be back. The book's $25. You get $1,000 in bonuses, and that's not an exaggeration. $25 for the book, hardcover book at workonyourgamebook.com. I got $1,000 worth of bonuses that I'm going to give you along with the book when you order the book at workonyourgamebook.com. And as I tell people all the time, anything that you ever purchase from me, you're going to get at least 10 times in return on investment what you pay. So if you pay $25 for this book, you're going to get at least $250 worth of value. If you pay $10 for something, you're going to get at least $100 worth of value. You pay $1,000 for something, you're going to get at least $10,000 worth of value. That's the work on your game guarantee. That's the results guarantee. Question is, how many pages? Why does it matter how many pages the book is? Why does that even matter? Well, I'm going to tell you, 250 pages is the book. I don't know why that matters, but I already just told you how much value you're going to get. That's what you should be asking. How much value do I get? A 10-page book could give more value than some people's 300-page book, depending on what they put in it. But anyway, workonyourgamebook.com. That's where you get this book. It is hardcover book. You're going to get $1,000 in bonuses at the same time that you order it. So while you're waiting for the book to come in the mail, you already got the bonuses you can address immediately. They're all digital. You can access them right now. Workonyourgamebook.com. I will be back tomorrow, everyone, with a full live stream. Y'all know what I usually do here. I usually go like 4 times longer than this. Tomorrow we'll be back to the program. Live stream tomorrow, 5:15 p.m. Eastern. Turn your notifications on. Facebook/WorkOnYourGame. Instagram @Dre Baldwin. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. We about to get back out of this quarantine very soon, so y'all be ready. Work on your game. We out here. Dre all day.